Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to be making a boubou dress. It's an elegant boubou dress. This is a picture and I'm going to be using this neck design on the dress. So I'm using a crepe fabric and then I'll be using this neck to cut out the neck I want on the dress. Folded my fabric into 4, so I'm using 3 yards of fabric, and as usual I'm using the length of this material. This is a crepe material, an off-white crepe material, and the length is about 61 inches, but I'll be needing 59 inches, so I have marked out the 59 inches, and on this side I folded the fabric into 4. Then I'm using 3 yards of fabric and I folded all of the 3 yards into 4. Now after folding into 4, I'll just measure out what I have. I have 26.5 inches is what I have here. So what I'm going to do now is to determine the shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches. So this is 8 inches. I'm just trying to show. I don't want to mark too much on this fabric because it's a white fabric, and if I mark too much on it, it might be showing outside. So I'll just mark this out. So this, we are not going to be needing this shoulder to shoulder measurement. I'm just marking it out for us so that I can use it as reference for the other mark I'll be marking out. Now, you know, if you want to cut your normal blouse and you want to cut sleeve, after you might have cut out your shoulder to shoulder measurement, you now need to determine the length of the sleeve, which is what I'll now measure from this shoulder to shoulder measurement point I have here. Now I'm going to determine the sleeve length, and the sleeve length I have here is 18.5, so I'll be using all of the 18.5. I'll need 1 inch to create an elastic casing, which already is in this 18.5 inches here. So the next thing I'm going to do is to measure out the hip measurement, and I already marked it out. I just mark it out little, so I have 25 inches, and also the knee measurement I have 35 inches, so I've also marked the 35 inches out. So for the neck, I won't be cutting the neck yet. Reason is because we are going to use, I will do every other measurement, and once I'm done, I'm going to be placing this neck, because I'm going to be using this design on this gown, so I need to follow the measurement of the neck on this design. Okay, so that is why I won't be cutting the neck yet. If I want to cut the neck, I have to place this measurement on it like so, you know, before cutting out the neck. So what I will do next is to create the shoulder slope. So from here I'll come down by 1 inch, and from this end point here I'll come down by 2 inches, and then I'm going to connect this point to this point. Like I said, I don't want to mark it too much to avoid the mark showing. So I'm just going to use the 3 inches standard, even though I'm not going to cut the neck yet, just to know where my slant is going to stop. So I'm going to mark it here now. So I am done creating that. I'm going to put this here now so that we can see what I'm marking. So from here at the sleeve opening, I'm going to be putting elastic at the sleeve opening. So I just want to mark what I have. You know, I said I have 8.5 here, 18.5. I just want to know what I also have here. So from here to here now is 26.5. So I'll also mark if I have up to 26.5 here. So now I'm going to measure from this slant I made here. I'm going to measure out, so I'm going to mark out about 11 inches, which is where I'm going to be putting the elastic. Okay, you know I said I will be putting elastic, so I'm just going to mark about 11 inches, and I'll add 1 inch for seam allowance, that is half an inch to join this place and half an inch to join this place, so I'll have 12 inches. So because this place is not equal, I'm just going to mark what I have here. So I have 26 and half there. I'll also measure if I have 26 and half here. So what I have here is 26 inches, which is okay, because even if it is 26 and half, I'll still go in by half an inch, so that this side here is slanted, and already I won't need to slant it again because it has already been slanted. So what I will do next is to come in by 1.5. okay, 1 inch is going to be for the elastic casing, because you have to fold half an inch twice, and then the remaining half an inch is just to help me connect back to where I want to connect this line to. So this is the 1 inch for elastic casing. This 1 inch here will be for elastic casing, while this here will help me connect back to where I want to connect to. So I'm just going to measure the midpoint I have from the hip to the knee, and this is 10 inches, and I'll have 5 inches. So from this 5 inches, this is the 5 inches. Now we are going to mark the measurements, our hip measurements. Okay, so from on this midpoint, I'll mark the quarter of the hip I'm working with, and the quarter of the hip is 10 and half. Then I'll add 2 inches for ease. You can add up to 3 inches, you can add up to 4 inches, any one you like, you can add it. So I'll just add 3 inches to this place. So 3 inches plus 10 and half, I have 13 and half. Then plus half an inch for seam allowance, I have 14 inches. I'm just going to mark the 14 inches point. I'm going to mark it here. Okay, so this 14 inches, I'm also going to mark it to the hem of the dress. I'll also mark the 14 inches to the hem of the dress, and then I'm going to connect the line together from the hem to this point. This is just so easy to make, very easy. So I'm done connecting the line. So the next thing I'll do now is to connect from here, from this half an inch here. Remember I said from here to here is 1 inch. That is going to serve as the elastic casing. Why this half an inch I came inward will help me connect from here to this place. I hope you understand. So now I'm going to connect from here now of it once you are done. So I'm just going to use my free hand. You can also use your free hand too. I'm going to cut this out now before I measure out the neck. Now we are going to focus on the neck. The first one I'm going to be cutting out is the back. I'm going to cut out the back first, and I'll be using 1.5 inch for the back depth. 1.5 inch. I'm just going to mark it out like so. Okay, and the width of this design is what is also going to determine the neck width of the back. Okay, remember you are going to join the shoulder line by 1/2 inch, so you need to mark out the 1/2 inch. You need to mark it out before you place the design on it. You need to mark out the 1/2 inch for joining the neck, the shoulder area here, before you place the neck design. Okay, so this is what I have, and make sure you fold them into equal. Make sure they are equal when you fold it. Make sure it's equal. I'm just trying to ensure that it is equal. and then I'm placing it below the half an inch for the shoulder slope here. So, and then you bring it to the center. Make sure the center of this design is touching the center of the front here of this folded fabric here. So now I'm just going to mark what I have here. I'm going to mark it out. Let me just turn the neck like this so that we can see what I'm doing. And ensuring that this is matching the center here. Okay, so I'm going to mark what I have at this neck now. Mark out what I have there. Okay, so just ensure you are placing it rightly. This is what I have. Remember, this is the back, so I'm just going to connect the back neck first before coming to the front. So right now this is the back neck, so I'm going to create the front neck too. So I'm done doing that, and around here you can see it has a slightly V cut shape. Now what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to create like the 1/4 of an inch that I'm going to use to cut this place off is what I'll be marking out. So I'm just going to mark the 1/4 of an inch out, and then I'll cut that place out. So I have marked out about 1/4 of an inch that I'm going to use to join. Make sure it's not too deep, because if this becomes deeper than what you have here, it won't be nice. Okay, so make sure it's not too deep. This neck too, you also need to take the 1/4 of an inch that you are going to use to join, to turn the facing with this fabric. Okay, so I'll also add 1/4 of an inch here, also at the back too. You are going to add it. I'll add 1/4 of an inch. So I don't forget this V shape here. So once I'm done turning all of this with the facing, it will go back to the actual neck width. So this is how it looks. So you also cut facing for the back as well, and I'm going to iron facing. I'm going to iron stay on this so that it can stand well on the neck. So guys, I'm done joining the dress together, and then this, I've turned the neck with facing. So this is what the front neck looks like. You can see the front neck, and this is the sleeve. Remember I said I'm going to be putting elastic at the sleeve. So for you to know the measurement of the elastic, measure your round sleeve. Whatever your round sleeve is, just minus 1.5 inches or 2 inches from your round sleeve measurement, and then whatever you have left will be the length of your elastic, which is what I have here. So I've also done it to the second one. So this is the glue gun I'll be using. I'll just go and plug it so that it will be getting hot while I pin this down. So this is the design. So I'm just going to place it on the neck right now and then pin it down. Ensure you know where the center is so that you know where to place it. So I already determined the center, which is here. So I'm going to use my pin now to pin this down so that it's easier for me when I want to use the glue to glue it down. So I'm done pinning this side all around. So what I will do next is, so I don't need to pin this side down. This is the most important side so that it doesn't shift away. So what I will do now is to go and glue my hot glue, is to go and pick up my hot glue, and then I'll start putting the glue all around here. I'll just go and do that now. Put it all around here and then place it back on the dress. Okay, and then once I'm done doing all of this side, then I will remove the pins here and also put the glue around here and then glue it down. Now if you still want to tack it down with your hand needle, you can do that. You can do all these edges. You can just tack all these edges down with your hand needle. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do this now and then show you the final look. You can see how this dress is looking very beautiful. Please help share this video and like this video as well. And if you're watching my video for the first time and you haven't subscribed, please support this channel by subscribing to my channel. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.